Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Memes of the Week. Remember, if you want to support these videos, the sponsor links are in the description, as these videos are demonetized, and I'm basically making them for free. But they're still a lot of fun to produce. At the very least, give this video a like, or even subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Now on to the memes. Number one, I hope that you all celebrated National Female Accountability Day this year. If you blinked, you probably missed it, so better luck next year. Just make sure to mark it down on your calendar. LOL. Next, we have Rachel Foster writing an article where she claims that having an affair made her feel sexier and look younger. She even put a picture of her younger self up before she got old and put on the pounds. Does she look younger now that she slept with another man behind her husband's back? I guess that post-wall puniti is an acquired taste. But funny enough, a gym membership would have also made her feel sexier and look younger. Moving on, we have the Nightmare Fuel nominees of the year. If you invested your money with one of them, she would have stolen your Bitcoin. Another one would have slept with you and caused you to get fired. The third one is now trying to take away your right to burn fossil fuels, so you have to shiver and die in the cold. Yet all four of them can still get action from men, proving that there's no such thing as a female incel. Number 4 looks like most young men are single, while most young women are not. Funny enough, many of these women think they're in relationships, but they're just the side chick. We should also create a headline saying that most older women are single, but most older men are not, meaning the younger women are running off with much older, wealthier men. As for the young, it's because Chad has his harem and he won't share. 63% of men under 30 are single today, while only 51% are single in 2019. Number 5, we have one about an American Airlines passenger arrested for trying to get into the cockpit, all 9/11 styles, because she paid for a first-class ticket, but wasn't being served her drink quickly enough, forcing the pilot to make an emergency landing. Sounds like she was already served too many before she got on the plane. But I feel her pain. First-class passengers definitely need a drink in their hands the moment they're seated. Next up, we have a woman trying to normalize cheating, saying that a man shouldn't leave a woman after she cheats, and instead he needs to work through it with her and help her to become a better person. She uses shame by saying that if a man leaves, then he wasn't a real man. How about if he leaves, it's your fault, and odds are he can do a lot better than you. Number 7, I still don't know what to make of this. Is she a black woman putting on blackface makeup? But her post has over 7 million views and people are telling her that she's gorgeous in pink. But I think we need to call a witcher. Moving on, Zuck the Cuck is kissing his wife like she's a duck, with him leaning in showing all of us who the dominant one is in the relationship. And she's looking away awkwardly as he's laying one on her. It looks like even Data gets to reproduce. He's a billionaire and she still leans back, appearing to be repulsed by him. He even says that she is the main character in the family, showing us all just how weak he really is. Up next, we have a new candidate for the oldest MGTOW in the world. He's driven the same car for 77 years. If he was married, she probably would have told him to sell it, and he never would have made it to the age of 100, thanks to all her nagging. Number 10 has to be the most subtle racist meme that I've ever seen. If you look really closely, you'll see Pinocchio on the bottom left. Oy vey. I didn't even notice that until I went into the comments section and read all the feedback. Next, we have a picture of one of my favorite good-bad actors, Gary Busey. He looks really good for his age, and like he's been working out. I just don't understand why he's wearing a bra. I hope he's not transitioning and then auditioning for the role of the hot chick in the next Point Break remake. But seriously though, Pink has really hit the wall. Moving on, we have a traditional girl in the kitchen and the caption says, "If only you knew how much better things could be," implying that traditionalism is the way to go. Meanwhile, guys need to stop dreaming. We aren't going back to traditionalism. And even Jordan Peterson says that sex bots will be here in the next 10 years. Number 13, we have a woman that claims that she made $1,500 on OnlyFans in only 3 days. Below her post, one guy says, "I bet they paid her to not upload," and another guy says he's pretty sure those are medical students doing some research. I think she misspelled made, and it should have been replaced by paid. Number 14, we have the image that explains why the Passport Bros exist. Funny enough, the women below the Hooters image don't exist and are completely AI generated. Instead of Passport Bros, they need to learn how to become the Closed Wallet Bros. Next up is my favorite for the week. It's a woman that was so stupid she paid $289 a month for the next 84 months for a 1998 Ford Escort, not realizing that she could get the car for a one-time payment of only $289. It works out to $24,000, And just look how happy she is. Next time any woman tells you that women know just as much about cars as men, show her this image. Number 16, we have a family made up of a cuck and his female friend. He's not her partner nor the child's biological father, yet he's still paying to raise the kid and raising it with her. He says it's the most amazing thing that he's ever done. Usually you're a loser for being with a single mother, but at least you get the banger. This guy doesn't even get that. His name is Sloan, but I think he's just slow. Moving on, AI artists are creating fat black characters in mainstream science fiction, using computer graphics that wouldn't be able to walk in real life. The tagline is fat black people deserve to be the main characters capable of anything. For some reason, I'm thinking of Shaniqua the Hutt. She's so big she can't reach her AI-generated bumhole. Up next is number 18, and isn't nature amazing? I guess a hole's a hole. The difference here is that the snake swallows, and a woman usually doesn't. It all makes even greater sense when you compare a shark's brain to a woman's uterus. Notice the similarities here. Moving on, the New York Post is complaining that the gender pay gap is going to take a long time to close. But then in another article it says that women are struggling to find men that make as much money as they do. So women complain about not earning as much as men, and then they also complain when they earn more than men too. The only way to win is not to play these games. Number 20 is another woman that doesn't exist, and the caption reads, in 2025, advanced AI algorithms will bring her to life on your screen. She'll tell you that she loves you and will always be there for you. Interest in real girls will fade to a memory barely even worth recollecting for nostalgia. If that happens, then the male default will be MGTOW, and it'll be here sooner than we think. Next, we have Amelia Clark hitting the wall, full speed while riding a dragon. At first, it looks like her hairline is going extinct, but it's just bad lighting. Still, why would she think that posting this picture was a good idea? She's the single mother of dragons, and now at the age of 36, with unfortunate brain damage, she'll probably stay single forever. An army of simps attacked me when I posted this. Moving on, the AI-generated images are getting stranger and stranger. Actually, this is a real photo, and women are getting desperate for attention, locking themselves inside the lunchroom and stripping down to their lingerie. Number 23, we have a man that leapt from the second floor of an apartment building after his date tried to shoot him because he refused to go down on her. Someone asked why the picture showed the man and not the mugshot of the woman, and the news channel breaking the story said that this is the woman's mugshot. So now we know why the guy jumped from that second floor. Next, we have a woman that is upset because Chinese people shamed her to her face, calling her fat. If it bothers her so much, why doesn't she just leave the country? If you're fat in China, people point it out all the time to your face, hence why there are probably very few fat people in the country. We need to learn from the shame that China spreads because it works. This dumpling needs to stay away from the dumplings. Number 25, I post this picture of a real woman and said AI girls are better than the real ones. Because we have seen so many AI-generated women these days, people assume that she must be generated too. One guy says her eyes are empty. You look into them and see her soul and it's missing. We are now at the point where people can't tell the difference between a real and a fake woman. I think that AI has more soul though. Moving on, our favorite Tennessee cop that slept with half her police force is now claiming that she's the victim, that was groomed for exploitation. Yet she was the one willingly doing everything. It looks like it's true what scientists say that the fastest moving object in the universe is a woman running away from accountability. Number 27, we see how much Shane Mosley's ex-wife is going to get from their divorce. Half of everything he earned as well as DVD sales. She even got 3 of his championship belts. Up next, we have a woman that has the world's biggest lips, wanting to break yet another record. Maybe she's going for the world's widest gap between her eyebrows. Or she's going to have the world's biggest forehead transformation soon. Next, we have another ridiculous leftoid article asking what it means if you're a straight guy who wants gay sex. The answer is simple. You're gay. Or at the very least bisexual. The craziest thing is that people are actually paid to write this garbage. Number 30, I asked people if these are AI-generated Colombian girls to once again prove my point, which is that soon you won't know the difference between a real one and a fake one, unless you actually meet them in real life. Up next is a 6'8" Amazon woman that's looking for a man that's not afraid to cry, most likely as she pegs him. She's proud of her butt and can't wait for the perfect 7-foot-tall man of her dreams to slap her butt as she walks. She kind of reminds me of Bob from Fight Club with his bitch tits. Number 32 is this alarming poll showing us that almost 20% of Gen Z identify as LGBT. This is what happens when you put soy in the water supply and men's testosterone craters. This week's last one is a couple that realized they shared the same biological father. So they're half siblings and have come out to the world. I guess it's getting so desperate out there these days that women are marrying their own brothers. But before you start playing the banjo and putting on your suspenders and your bare feet, just be aware this might be a fake story, because there was a similar one floating around recently. So that's it for another Memes of the Week. I put a link in the description to one of my longtime sponsors, Chris Whalen. It's tax time, and if you're in the States, he does your personal and corporate taxes. So connect with him. He even helped me figure out my tax credit for some of my US income that was taxed at source in America. I'm in Canada, so he fixed that. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day, and cheers.